Uh, I came up across a video by Myron Gordon, and what I learned from him is really, really profound in that interview that he was being interviewed. And I just wanted to share those lessons because they really adds to what I'm talking about when we talk of personal development and becoming. So it is, I know you find value in this, and you can follow Mylon Gordon on YouTube, and you'll learn a lot from him because he's really loaded. Um, I love this statement. He said, God is interested in our becoming, and being more of anything requires time. This is where sometimes we miss it when we talk of personal development. Personal development is a long life journey. So becoming something really takes time. It requires time for you to become something. And you need to know that God is interested in our becoming. In our becoming, is interested in who we become more than in what we get, because what we become determines what we get in life. So it's very important that we become intentional about who we are becoming, like the quote I shared by Jim Rohn, who said, be careful of what you are becoming in pursuit of what you want. So God is interested in our becoming. That is why the missions and the visions that he calls us to, the purposes that he calls us, that he gives us, it is sometimes challenging. It's always beyond our comfort zone. And in the process of pursuing that purpose, we become better human beings. We become better versions of ourselves. That is why it is also important to really have goals in life. Whenever you get the lessons about goals, the lessons on goals are very important to be clear about what you want in life. I heard Bob Proctor said that the one thing all successful people have in common is that they are clear about what they want in life. They know what they want. So it is very important. So when you know what you want, in the process, in the pursuit of what you want, you are becoming something. So it's the quality of what you want in life will determine the kind of a person you become. The quality of what you want in life you become will determine the kind of a person that you become. So it is very, very important to take notice of who we are becoming in pursuit of what we want. So God is interested in our becoming, who we are becoming. And never forget, becoming requires time. It takes time to become something. To become more of anything takes time. It takes time. So understand that even as you are in your journey of personal development. And then he said, you cannot have more than you are able to do or willing to do. And you cannot do more than you are. I loved this point when Myron Gordon said this. You cannot have more than what you are willing to do. And you cannot do any more than you are. So who you are determines what you are able to do and are willing to do. So if you want to do more, you have to become more. If you want to do more, you have to become more. We focus on the wrong things when we want to have better results, when we want to have more in life. We focus on, what do I need to do? What do I want to do? We need to realize that we have to become first before we get. You have to become a successful person before you become successful. Like before you actually have the stuff. So becoming successful is very important. Like I remember I heard Brian Tracy say that, yeah, if only you can do what successful people do, you can have what successful people have. But for you to do what successful people do, you have to become that person who will do what successful people do. And that is very important. If only you can figure out how to become, it will help you to do what you're supposed to do, and then you will have the things that you really want to have. So he said, Myron Gordon said, being is the input of doing, and doing is the input of having. I love this one. So being is the input of doing, and doing is the input of having. So if you want to have the stuff, you have to do the things that makes you have the stuff. And if you want to do the things that make you have the stuff, you have to first become the person who will be able to do the stuff. This is the chain. So we start from being, not with having, because the stuffs that we have, they come to measure the value that we have. Like money, the money that you have, money is the measure of value, the value that you are providing to the marketplace. You may be a good person, you may be even a prayer person, you may be loved by people, but if you are not providing any value, if you are not bringing any value to the marketplace, what you find is that you will not have money. But you are a good person, you are loved by people, but you are not providing any service, you are not bringing any value. As a result, you are not going to have money. So money is the measure of value. So even the stuffs that we have in life is the measure of the people that we are at that particular time. And I love when he said this statement, you can never do more than you are. You can never do more than you are. Everyone is doing 100% what they can do, who they are right now. Who you are is the lead that is placed on your ability and your potential. On your ability, not your potential, on your ability. So if you want to be more, if you want to do more in this life, if you want to accomplish more and to have more things, you have to become a person, you have to become more than you are right now. Because everyone, I love this statement, everyone is doing 100% what they can do, who they are right now. So whatever you are able to do right now, you are already doing 100% who you are right now. So when you become more, you begin to do 100% of the person you become. This is so simple to understand, and it's really profound. When I heard this, I said, wow, this is really amazing. And this is the reason why I decided to share this with us. So it's input, being is the input of doing, and doing is the input of having. So if you want to have, you need to be doing. But if you want to do, first you need to become. So the foundation of what we should pursue in life, even in personal development, in your personal development journey, the first thing you should pursue or should be clear about is who you become. Who are you become? What kind of a person do you want to become? And that's where the issue of purpose and vision comes in, because the purpose speaks of your identity, who you are, and who you are called to be or become. And it gives you a clear picture. Your vision gives you a clear picture of you want to become in life. And when you have that clarity of who you want to become in life, then you will be clear on your direction of personal development. Let me give you this practical example. You cannot desire to be a soccer player, and you are always found with maybe you just spend your time clubbing and drinking alcohol. You become an alcoholic, and you want to be a soccer player. Why? Because what you are doing, the activities you are doing, they are not supporting the person you want to become. So if you identify the person you want to become, and you desire and you become that person, you make up your mind and believe, I am better than what I'm doing now. I am that person. You need to believe. You need to believe in who you are. Now, this belief, it doesn't just come in how I choose to believe right now. That is a shallow understanding. What makes you believe is when you understand your purpose, when you understand why you are here on earth. Your purpose, the source of purpose, gives you a greater sense of belief in who you are, in your identity. And when you are clear about your purpose, it gives birth to your belief, and that belief of who you are, when you believe, that's becoming, you have become, then you'll be able to do what you're supposed to do, so that you may have the things you want to have. So sometimes we focus so much on behavior modification. No wonder it's in the long run, it has not been working when we are trying to modify our behavior. What we need to focus on is our belief, who we are becoming. And when we are clear about who we are becoming, when we believe in who we are, who we were created to be, what will happen is that we will begin to do the things that we are supposed to do, and we will have the things that we are supposed to have. So you can never do more than you are. Everyone is doing what they can do, who they are right now. Who they are right now. Let's progress. He continues to say, in order to have, you must do the things that makes you have. But in order to do the things, you must be the person who will do the things that gets you the things you want to have. And this is what I'm from explaining. You have to do, in order to have, what we desire is to have the stuffs. We want to have things. That is our desire, to have. But for us to have those things that we want, we have to do the things that makes us have those things. And for us to have those things, we must be the person, we must become the person, or be the person that will do the things that gets the things that we want to have. Have you seen the chain, or the pattern? So it starts with becoming, then doing, then having. Becoming, we'll talk more about believing. How do you believe in who you are? How do you become? How do you know your purpose? And that we'll share on that. And you can also check my other course. I've done a course on purpose discovery, how to discover the purpose of your life. That will really have explained in details, and it will help you marry the bridge. And there is also another course on vision development, and there I've explained how to develop your vision. And when you have those two ingredients, purpose and vision, that those two things, they really builds, and they really give you direction for your personal development. And when that is clear to you, you begin to do the things because you believe in that person you see in your vision, and the purpose, who you are. You believe in those things, so you begin to do the things according to that. In the end, you will have the stuffs that you need to have. But believing in this, it's a long life journey. You'll be slowly, incrementally increasing, and you'll be having more things. And that's what growth is all about. And that is what personal development is all about. If you will be what you are supposed to be, you will always be able to do what you are supposed to do, and you will have what you are supposed to have. But it starts with being. This is the principle of life. If you will be, you can trust this principle. If you will be the person you are supposed to be, then you'll be able to do the things you are supposed to do, and you'll be able to have the things you are supposed to have. But it starts with being. You have to become first. You have to become first. You have to become first. It starts with being. So he says being speaks to our identity, which means being speaks to our identity, who we are. Then doing speaks to our activity, what we do. And having speaks to our property, what we possess, what we have. And this is a powerful lesson that I would want you, even if you have not understood, go through it over and over. We watch this video until this gets into you, because you have to become first then you'll be able to do what you are supposed to do to have the things that you are supposed to have. But people are focusing on what they are supposed to have and trying to figure out doing. You are missing the point. The point is to start with the why. Like Simon Sinek says, start with why. You need to identify your why. Once you identify your why, you will know the how. And the how, you will be able to do the things, which means you'll be able to act on the how, and you'll be able to have the things that you have. But if you don't, if you may know the how, and you are having the things that you are pursuing, certain things, certain results you are having, but in the end, sometimes in the wrong line, that cannot be sustained. Number one, you lack fulfillment. You'll be frustrated when things get tough. It's very easy to give up. Why? Because you haven't identified your how, your why, which is your being, who you are. So being speaks to our identity, doing speaks to our activity, and having speaks to our property. If you will, if you will be what you're supposed to be, you will be able to do what you're supposed to do, and you will have what you are supposed to have. But it starts with being. Remember, being takes time. It requires time. It requires effort. It requires energy for you to be able to do these things. That is personal development. And this is the lesson that I learned from Myron Gordon. I hope you find value in this lesson. We'll continue to the next phase.